What is happening, Bieber fans? Get ready, because the news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and we've got the absolute latest updates that you cannot afford to miss. We're diving deep into the stories that are making waves, so buckle up, because this is the Bieber Beat, and you're getting it all, right here, right now. First up, we've got a story that has the sports and entertainment worlds buzzing. A colossal bet placed by none other than Drake on a major tennis championship. This isn't just any bet. It's a high-stakes wager that could pay off in a massive way, and we've got all the details on why this particular match and this particular bet are capturing everyone's attention. Stay locked in, because you won't want to miss a single second of what's coming your way. Next, we're shifting gears to a personal story that offers a rare glimpse into a past incident. Drake is opening up about a rather intense experience he had in Sweden, detailing an arrest that he describes as being for nothing, and how it led to a significant amount of time spent in custody. It's a candid look back at a moment that clearly left an impression, and we're breaking down exactly what he shared about this 9-hour ordeal. And we're not done yet. Still with Drake, we're tackling a question that's been on many minds. Is he truly staying away from Los Angeles? In a candid conversation, he addresses the speculation directly, clarifying his feelings about the City of Angels and whether past events, perhaps involving notable rivalries, have influenced his travel plans. Get ready for his direct response to whether he's feeling scared away from LA. Finally, we're bringing you the latest on Drake's potential winnings and the high stakes involved in his sports betting. We'll explore the exact figures, the potential payout, and how a previous bet on the same athlete didn't quite pan out as expected. It's a fascinating look at the highs and lows of sports wagering. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. A bet that could pay off big. This story is making massive waves as global superstar Drake places an astonishing $300,000 bet on Jannik Sinner to win the US Open Tennis Championship. This isn't just about a celebrity enjoying the sport. It's a high-stakes gamble that could see Drake walking away with over $500,000 if Sinner clinches the title. Sinner, currently ranked as the world's #1 men's tennis player, has been on a dominant run, recently reaching his third quarterfinal at Flushing Meadows with a commanding victory. His performance has been nothing short of spectacular, further fueling the excitement around this massive bet. Drake's history with sports betting is well documented, often leading to intense fan speculation about his wagers and their potential outcomes. This bet on Sinner comes after a previous, less successful wager Drake made on Taylor Fritz to win the 2024 US Open, a bet that unfortunately didn't pay off. Fans will recall that Sinner emerged victorious in that match, leading to Drake missing out on a substantial payout. This history adds an extra layer of intrigue to the current bet, as many are watching to see if Drake's confidence in Sinner will be rewarded this time around. The potential winnings of $507,000 highlight the sheer scale of this wager and Drake's willingness to put significant amounts of money on the line. Sinner's journey through the tournament, including his recent dominant win against Alexander Bublik and his upcoming match against Lorenzo Musetti, is being closely followed, not just for his athletic performance, but also for the financial implications of Drake's bet. The narrative is further amplified by Sinner's impressive start to 2025, including his second Australian Open title and his recent Wimbledon victory, showcasing a consistent level of high performance. The Drake curse, a term coined by fans referring to his past betting misses, is once again a topic of discussion, adding a playful yet serious element to the betting landscape. As Sinner progresses through the US Open, the anticipation builds not only for the championship title, but also for the potential financial windfall for the Canadian rapper. The public reaction is a mix of fascination with the celebrity's gamble and admiration for Sinner's skill, with many on social media debating the outcome and the curse itself. Analysts are pointing to Sinner's consistent form as a strong indicator, but the unpredictable nature of Grand Slam tennis always keeps the possibility of an upset alive. But is this bet a sure thing? We'll see if Sinner can go all the way, but first, let's hear about a time Drake himself was in a tight spot. 9 hours in Swedish custody. Drake is offering a candid look back at a past encounter with law enforcement in Sweden, describing his arrest as an overly aggressive experience that occurred over nothing. In a recent interview, the artist detailed the incident, revealing that he spent a significant 9 hours in jail. He recounted that the arrest stemmed from a private party where an officer's girlfriend was present. Drake characterized the authorities' actions as excessively forceful, stating that he was taken into custody without any justifiable cause. This recollection provides a stark contrast to initial reports from 2022, which had referred to the event as a detainment and had suggested a connection to marijuana. At the time, a representative for Drake had denied that an arrest had taken place. However, the rapper himself later alluded to the experience in his music, referencing the scent of a Swedish jail cell in the song Middle of the Ocean from his album, Her Loss. He also shared video footage that appeared to show him being taken into custody by Swedish authorities, lending credence to his current account. Drake expressed a somewhat jaded hope that the woman involved in the incident might return for a future show, humorously noting that he would need to find her first. The exact timing of the arrest remains unclear, with Drake only specifying that it happened like 3 years ago. This detailed account offers a more personal and direct perspective on an event that has previously been subject to speculation and conflicting reports. The experience clearly left a lasting impression, as evidenced by his willingness to discuss it in detail and his humorous, albeit slightly pointed, remarks about the situation. The public reaction has been one of curiosity and empathy, with many fans engaging with his story and sharing their own experiences with legal systems. The incident also highlights the potential challenges celebrities face when traveling internationally and interacting with local authorities. Drake's willingness to share such a personal and potentially negative experience underscores his candid approach in recent interviews, offering listeners a deeper understanding of his past. While Drake is reflecting on past legal encounters, he's also addressing current perceptions about his movements. Stay tuned as we explore his thoughts on returning to Los Angeles. No fear of returning to Los Angeles. Drake is directly addressing speculation about his willingness to return to Los Angeles, asserting that he is not scared away from the city, despite his public feud with Kendrick Lamar. During a recent conversation with Bobbi Althoff on her podcast, Not This Again, the topic of his travel plans and his relationship with Los Angeles came up. When asked if he had a special place for him and his associates to travel, Drake expressed a desire to come back to LA. Althoff then posed the direct question, "Are you scared away from LA?" Drake's immediate response was a playfully surprised, "Wow, spicy," before confirming, "No, I'm not." The discussion touched upon his previous tour dates in the city, with Drake noting that he had indeed visited Los Angeles recently, having just finished an American tour that included dates in August 2023. He explained that tours of that nature don't happen annually, implying that his absence from performing in LA wasn't due to avoidance. Since his highly publicized lyrical battles with Kendrick Lamar, which culminated in Lamar's hit track, Not Like Us, Drake has primarily focused his touring efforts on international destinations like Australia and Europe, including a recent appearance at the Wireless Festival. The feud itself generated significant media attention, with Not Like You's topping charts and earning Grammy Awards, and even being performed during a major halftime show. Drake's legal actions against Universal Music Group and streaming services over the song further underscore the intensity of the situation. His comments on the podcast suggest a desire to move past the public conflict and maintain a connection with the city. The public reaction to his statements has been varied, with some fans expressing relief that he's open to returning to LA for performances, while others continue to analyze the nuances of his relationship with the West Coast hip-hop scene. Analysts are observing this as a potential sign of de-escalation or a strategic move to engage with a key market, regardless of past rivalries. His candidness on the podcast aims to clarify his intentions and reassure fans that professional and personal matters are being managed distinctly. Now that we've heard Drake's take on his past and his future travel plans, let's dive into the financial side of his recent activities. Predicting a $500,000 payout. Drake is in line to potentially bank over $500,000 as he doubles down on his faith in Jannik Sinner to win the US Open, placing a massive $300,000 bet on the tennis star. Sinner, who is currently the world's top-ranked men's tennis player, has been in exceptional form, recently securing his place in the U.S. Open quarterfinals with a swift victory. This latest wager follows a pattern of Drake making significant sports bets, with this particular one generating considerable buzz due to the substantial potential payout and Sinner's consistent performance. Should Sinner go all the way and claim the U.S. Open title, Drake stands to win approximately $507,000. This bet is particularly interesting given Drake's history with sports wagers, including a notable miss at the 2024 U.S. Open, where he bet $210,000 on Taylor Fritz to defeat Sinner. That bet resulted in an estimated loss of $808,500 when Sinner ultimately won. The Drake curse, a fan-coined term referring to his perceived jinx on athletes and teams he bets on, has been a recurring topic of conversation. This has also extended to other major sporting events, such as a $1.2 million loss on Israel Adesanya in UFC and a $1 million loss on Argentina in the 2022 World Cup final. However, Drake also saw success earlier in 2025, winning $345,000 from a $250,000 bet on Sinner to win the Australian Open. Sinner's impressive trajectory this year, including his Australian Open and Wimbledon victories, strengthens the narrative around Drake's current bet. As Sinner prepares for his quarterfinal match against Lorenzo Musetti and potentially faces opponents like Felix Auger-Aliassime, Alex de Minaur, Novak Djokovic, Fritz, Jiri Lehecka, or Carlos Alcaraz in later stages, the stakes are incredibly high. The public reaction is a mix of excitement over the potential payout, amusement at the Drake curse narrative, and admiration for Sinner's athletic prowess. Analysts are closely watching the betting trends and Sinner's performance, noting that while Sinner is a strong favorite, the unpredictable nature of Grand Slam tennis always leaves room for surprises. The outcome of this bet will undoubtedly add another chapter to Drake's high-profile sports betting saga. From massive bets to personal reflections, it's been a whirlwind of news. We'll recap it all in a moment, so don't go anywhere. And that's a wrap on another electrifying episode of the Bieber Beat. We covered Drake's massive $300,000 bet on Jannik Sinner at the U.S. Open, his candid recollection of a 9-hour arrest in Sweden, his stance on returning to Los Angeles amidst past feuds, and the potential $500,000 payout from his tennis wager. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. Plus, follow us on all socials to stay connected. We'll see you in the next one.